So yeah, this is going to be one of those videos where I just woke up in the morning, more or less. I've been awake for about an hour and a half, something like that. But yeah, it's going to be one of those videos where I am still in bed and talking to you guys. So deal with it. And besides, I really don't want to disturb little stinker girl here, my my little baby. I know I love her so much, and I really, I know a lot of people, they may love their pets, or they may consider them to be part of family or what have you, but I really do. Um, I I didn't I really do feel like she's my daughter, as though I birthed her myself. I know she's my special baby, and she's really been a big cuddle bug the last couple of days. And she was very happy that she got her mommy home last night. I was just feeling really tired. Had a very rough night the night before. I did work, but the air quality was just horrible. Um, Still, she's so silly. She, but yeah, it was like it was very humid, and she excuse me, it was very humid, which made the air very heavy, and then on top of it, the fires that we have going on out west out here, yeah, a lot of smoke in the air, and with the two combined, it made it very difficult to try and be able to breathe the other night. And then on top of it, it was causing my blood sugars to fly through the roof. Um, and my hands and my feet were getting really tingly and so forth. And I kept watching my blood sugars, and they just kept going up and up and up. By the time I decided, you know what, I'd had enough, my blood sugar was almost 300. So, yeah, not a good situation. I need to get home and get some insulin into me. So, I did something. Um, I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing. Basically, took both of my insulins, the long lasting and uh, the short lasting, and I at first I didn't eat anything. I just let my sugar drop, and I also increased the doses, and I just let the sugar just drop for the most part. She's getting out of frame there. I know y'all don't want to see me. You'd much rather see her. I don't blame yous. So anyway, yeah. I just let it drop for a little bit, and then I did let it go through a free fall, and then once I did that, I got let it get to a point where it's like, okay, now I'll go ahead and eat something to help stop it to be such a free fall. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I did. It's like I actually switched endocrinologists because I got so fed up with my last one. Try to call in for uh, my prescription renewals. We're talking insulin here, and he's not responding at all. And after the last meeting I had, oh, she's like, "Okay, mom, I'm done." That's how she is. She just lets me know, "Okay, mom, I'm finished." So anyway, yeah, back to me and my ugly mug. So anyway, um, yeah, I got really fed up with him and his nonsense, and especially after that last meeting I had, where I went there, and I had the last time it happened where I was trying to call in for a renewal. I had even put, "Hey, look, I because they had called it in the new pharmacy, and I even followed up with calling not only him but also one of his partners, who was the one who I had actually seen the last time, and left messages with both of their assistants, and letting them know, hey, look, I've switched pharmacies, so if there's any confusion, just go ahead and update the info, so on and so forth. Just letting them know, yeah, that it is me, who is trying to do a prescription through this new pharmacy and everything. Never heard back from them. I finally wound up having to get in contact with my GP and have them send over a prescription for my insulins. And so, yeah, and then when I got to the appointment for the old endocrinologist, and I was going through, all the stuff that you go through before you actually see the doctor, and everything. And the nurse or the technician had asked me, is your pharmacy still such and such? And it was the new pharmacy. I'm like, okay. And here I thought it was, the whole time it was been the staff. And come to find out, no, it's the doctor himself. And I'm like, oh no. Yeah, I blew. I was just like, fuck you. I'm done. I mean, you're putting my life in jeopardy. I'm sorry. That's not happening. I realize, I might be middle age, all this sort of crap and everything, but no. Sorry. I have a lot of life to live. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. So, yeah, I was beyond livid. So I switched to endocrinologist. I haven't had much experience with him, but it was funny because when he asked me why I was there, and asked me why I was switching, I explained everything to him and so forth. And he's like, okay, so it sounds like you manage your diabetes by yourself and you just need me to renew your prescriptions all the time. And I'm like, exactly. So that's what I mean. When it comes to, like something like a high sugar or low sugar, what the heck am I going to do? Call the doctor every single time? Oh, my sugar is getting close to 300. What do I do, doctor? What do you think? Take some insulin. I have a brain. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Just be careful. It's like I find it mind-boggling with so many people, and this is my own thing. I get it, it's a reflection on me. I tend to forget, because I lived with health conditions, whether it be me or my family, my entire life. And my mom, she was a type 1 diabetic, and she became one when I was 4. And my parents sat me down, and basically mostly my mom, for the most part, my father was not very helpful with a lot of things. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But basically it was her sitting me down on a constant basis, teaching me about diabetes. And this is back in the day before we had all this new wonderful technology and everything. Excuse me. I don't think I've ever really shown you guys. Basically, there's your glucose monitor. The new glucose monitoring system. It's ran through one of these things, or if you have the appropriate smartphone, you can do it through an app on your phone. I don't have the appropriate one. It requires a little extra piece of technology, basically the same technology you use to do payments with your phone, where you just tap your phone on the reader. Unfortunately, I pretty much only buy cheap phones, so I do that primarily because I have issues with dropsies. So yeah, so that's the main reason why I constantly break phones. So I don't see the point in buying phones, expensive phones, even $100. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. So I buy like $20, $25, maybe $30 phones, because next thing I know, I just dropped and broke another phone. So yeah, but yeah, when I had gotten this, and yeah, same thing. When I my very first one that I had, yeah, I kept dropping the poor thing. It's like, so I finally wound up getting the little case for it, and I still, of course, dropped. I have issues. I'll be the first to admit it. So anyway, um, so yeah, I'd much rather just go ahead and use it. And the nice thing about this is it also has built into it here at the bottom. I know you can't really see it very well, but if I have to actually do a finger prick to do a glucose test, I don't have any strips, but yeah, it has the insert there for the strips. And what's really cool is that the strips for these are so much cheaper than traditional monitors. Oh my gosh, because I mean the strips for traditional monitors are run you 60, $70. It's like, yeah, the monitor is cheap, and heck, they even give them away. But for these, for the same pack or the same amount of test strips, it's like I pay well, for what is it, it's for 25 of them. I think they're like $17, and for 50 they're 25, and that's all you get with the regular ones, or traditional monitors. It's about 50 test strips, and they're running you 60, $70. It's like, yeah, I don't think so. And that's the way it's always been. It isn't because they're getting phased out because of the CGMs, the sensors. It's not because of that. It's the way it's always been. Yeah, it's bad as printer and inks. It's like, yeah, you get cheap printers for cheap, but then they price gouge you for the ink. It's like that sort of situation. So, but anywho, so yeah, I had a really rough night the other night with everything, and then I wound up having some other issues. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So, and then after working 6 nights in a row and so forth, I was exhausted. So yeah, a little lady there, she was quite happy that she got her mommy home last night and could be a little cuddle bug and everything. So, and she was definitely being cuddle bug this morning. But anyway, yeah, I definitely got rolling uh, with my project yesterday. I kind of did the other day as well. Um, had a little brainstorm. It's quite interesting after doing the reading that I talked about in my last video. And right after I posted it, MJ over there on Soulful Revolution on YouTube, she posted the Scorpio reading for the month of August. And the title itself really blew me away. I was just like, oh, okay. So I definitely had to watch it, and it definitely confirmed what I was saying about the devil card showing up in the outcome with the reading that I did. It was like, okay, you've done your clearing work, but she used a couple of different analogies where okay, you've gotten into the base, you gotten into the basement, but and you've done that work and everything, but there's another floor below the basement of more work. And I was just like, isn't that what I was just saying? Going even more with breaking those ties that bind, basically, with this project that I'm going to be doing. And it was just like, okay. And then she released the Aquarius reading yesterday, which is I mentioned before that my Lilith is in Aquarius, I think 7th house or something, I can't remember which one. Excuse me. And it being all about freedom, and my deep desire for freedom and so forth. And that one also, the title really bam, and I think the title is an old idea or old project idea or something like that is going to resurface. It's going to give you abundance or what have. I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely I'm getting some direct messages here. Spot on yet again. So two in a row, and especially with it being, of course, we have Lionsgate getting rolling today, and so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, most definitely. So yeah, I got rolling back with it. And I'm just like, what did I do before I had to review? It's like, where did I leave off, with this and everything? And yeah, I'm like, okay, it's gonna take me a minute to get into back into that mindset, because I had put it away. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this, and everything, for a whole bunch of reasons and so forth. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really good thing. And I'm still not mentioning what it is. So, that I'm working on. Could be sewing, could be anything. I'm not going to release what it is. So, don't make any assumptions. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because, of course, yeah, I know I've been hearing it from a lot of people, excuse me, that their energy out there has been very heavy, pretty much since the solstices that we had, um, um, or excuse me, the not the solstices. I keep saying that, the eclipses, excuse me, that we had, back in April. Um, so yeah, it's been a lot of heavy energy, since then. Um, so, but yeah, in case you've been going through that as well, feeling like that you're getting directed towards another thing or something, just pay attention to all those messages that you could be getting, and definitely sit on things, do that inner work, and make sure that it's something that is going to be right for you. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I definitely wanted to share what happened with me afterwards. I know I was gonna maybe see about doing it yesterday, but I was just dragging like you would not believe. I feel a lot better, now that and the air quality has definitely been a lot better the last couple of days too. So that helps quite a lot. It's not been so heavy out there and everything. So, excuse me. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, I wanted to share all that with you guys, um, and everything. And I hope that you all have a really, really great weekend. That was what else I was going to share with you guys. I did see yesterday morning there was a news article that came across my Google News feed, basically a thing that came out from the CDC saying that our COVID, numbers are going up, as you know, or may have seen that, uh, President Biden, when he was here in Vegas, he got tested positive for COVID. No idea, of course, where he picked it up, but as quickly as what it happened and everything, because I mean he had just gotten here, and all of a sudden he's testing positive for COVID. It's like, yeah, it had to have been wherever it was he was before. So, but either way, yeah, our COVID numbers in the country are going up, primarily out west out here, and definitely Nevada is, one of those on the top of the list as well. Very high numbers, and also the southeast. I saw they had a map, and Florida was getting hit pretty hard. Um, Same color, code, basically. Um, and of course, with it being Nevada, definitely Las Vegas is going to be. I mean, we're the largest population in the state, so yeah, we're going to get hit pretty hard. And I found out that they uh, um, track it. Is the word I was trying to think of, differently than what they used to, which I thought was interesting. They're actually tracking it through wastewater. Ew. Gross. I would not want to have that job. I'm sorry. That's just gross. So yeah. Um, which is funny because as a wildlife rehabilitator, I used to jump into, well, not that kind of water, but something similar. I'm not gonna go into that, but anywho, but yeah, and no, that's not the reason why I'm sick. or I'm having, these issues. It's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. That was 30 years ago. If it's anything would have happened, it would have happened then, not 30 years later. No. So I don't even want to hear that. But anywho, yeah, so just be careful, folks. Don't think twice about wearing a mask. Protect yourselves. Believe me, you don't want to be living with this. It's very, very difficult. I was someone who was very healthy and so forth before, and and yeah, I mean, I was basically like any other normal person, where okay, yeah, I smell the fires and so forth. I might have a little bit of a more difficult time breathing or what have you now, but now it's just like totally different. And believe me, and yeah, I do get the harassment for wearing a mask, and I just tell people right out, don't be an ass. But you're outside in the fresh air. Well, guess what? That's how I got the last one. I wound up in close contact. I wasn't wearing a mask. I wound up in close contact with somebody, and we were both outside, and bam, I got it. So don't let go of your egos, people. Protect yourselves. Believe me, it's the residuals are not worth it. It really is not worth it. Okay? That's my word. That's my advice for today. Protect yourselves because it's not worth it. All right? I love you all. I'll talk to you all soon.